Hey everybody, it's me again, Tom Jones Pharmacist, live. And here we go. We've got a killer of a story tonight. A new study has the link with diet soda, stroke, dementia, and Alzheimer's. If you want to believe this, wow, this is really, really, really important. So I want you to stay tuned and let's go with the flow on this one. All right. Gulping down an artificially sweetened beverage not only may be associated with health risks for our body, but it also may possibly affect our brain. A new study suggests artificially sweetened drinks such as diet sodas were tied to a higher risk of stroke, number one, and dementia, number two, and led to Alzheimer's, number three. And this study, which was published in the American Heart Association's journal Stroke on this past Thursday. This is a major, major event because this study basically sheds light not only on an association, as the researchers were unable to determine an actual cause and effect relationship between sipping artificially sweetened drinks and an increased risk of stroke and dementia. Therefore, some experts cautioned that the findings should be interpreted carefully. Now, having said that, no connection was found between these health risks and other sugary beverages such as sugar-sweetened sodas, fruit juice, and full drinks. But we already know that sweetened with sugar and with all the artificial fructose-type products, there are problems. So, we really don't know as much about the health effects of the diet drinks, and this is problematic because diet drinks are popular. They are super popular with the general population. So this was a Boston University study, and it's really an important type study because it involves the Farmington Project. And that's a big, big study that's been going on for years and years and years. In Farmington, Massachusetts. The data came from the Farmington Heart Study, a project of the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute and Boston University. So, in an older than 45 age group, now this is the first part of the study, the researchers measured for stroke. And in the older than 60 group, they measured for dementia. So they really had the samples fine-tuned so they knew exactly what they were looking for. The sample sizes are different because they studied people of different ages. And dementia is rare in people under 60, so they focused on those aged 60 and over for dementia. Similarly, stroke is rare in people under 45. So they focused on people older than 45 for stroke. So, and their findings were interesting. That they knew that sugary beverages and artificially sweetened soft drinks, they knew how much each individual were taking and drank. And at different time points between the years 1991 and 2001, they compared how many people suffered a stroke and how many people developed dementia over that 10-year period of time. So compared to never drinking artificially sweetened soda, the Institute basically were able to come up with these details. And for compared to people who drank one a day were almost 3 times as likely to have an ischemic stroke caused by blocked blood vessels. They found in the results of the study. And actually, they also found that those who drank one a day were nearly 3 times likely to be diagnosed with dementia. Those who drank 1 to 6 artificially sweetened beverages actually were in another part of the study, and this is where they actually were able to find some of the other facts of the study. And the bottom line is that we have known for a long period of time that those who drank 1 to 6 artificially sweetened beverages a week were 2.6 times as likely to experience an ischemic stroke, but were no more likely to develop dementia. So it's not surprising to see that the soda intake was associated with stroke and dementia. I want to just stop right there and go to something that probably you know, but maybe you don't know. I want to go over what is in a soda. And we're going to take the number 1 beverage as an example. And this is going to be the Diet Coke. And they have 0 calories in a Diet Coke. All right, but we know what's in, for the most part, a Diet Coke. And it actually has carbonated water, it has caramel color, it has NutraSweet, it has phosphoric acid, it has potassium citrate, natural flavors, citric acid, and caffeine. All right, we know that. These are the typical ingredients in most of your diet sodas. And the facts that we want to now go over are what are the significance? What is the significance of consuming something that actually contains these products? All right, caramel color. What is caramel color? And actually, it's developed by taking the heating of corn or cane sugar and other carbohydrates to achieve a desired color. That's the coloring agent. And that's actually from the Coca-Cola Company. And it sounds innocent, but really it's not. We're going to talk about what is caramel, and the color comes from where. And actually there's a ingredient in there that's a contaminant in the caramel coloring, which has led to an increase in lung cancer in male and female mice. And they call this 4-MEI. And that's actually on California's Proposition 65 list of carcinogens. And what's more, the interesting part about this is the International Agency of Research on Cancer concludes that caramel coloring is possibly carcinogenic to humans. And while caramel coloring is in a host of products, it's in like everything that's baked and in soy sauces, the frequency of how much we as humans consume of soda makes it more of a concern. The next ingredient that's actually in the Diet Coke is NutraSweet. Well, we all know that aspartame is actually a low caloric sweetener made primarily of 2 amino acids, aspartic acid and phenylalanine. And this is shown to be safe for everyone according to to the manufacturer, children and pregnant women, but when used in food and beverages, a warning on the label is provided for people who can't metabolize NutraSweet. And that's actually from the Coca-Cola company. So the next ingredient, well, actually, let's go back to that. We're going to talk about that for just a minute. And animal studies show more of an increase in cancer risk in human studies when they actually analyze this. There's enough of a connection to avoid and limit your exposure to NutraSweet. In the body, when you take this chemical called NutraSweet, aspartame, you have a breakdown into methanol, 1, and later in the process to formaldehyde. Now, I don't know about you, but when I hear those two chemical terms, and as a compounding pharmacist, as a scientist, I take note. Double-blind clinical studies tell me that you don't consume formaldehyde. Double-blind clinical studies tell me I don't consume methanol. If they're in the process, what in the world are we consuming here? So I want to just tell you that NutraSweet is a sweetener, and we have stevia. We have stevia, which is a natural sweetener, not a synthetic product that sells billions of dollars worth of merchandise. NutraSweet is not something that you take lightly, and this has been going on for a long period of time. We consume lots of NutraSweet, lots of it that go into our body. Artificial sweeteners, let's just think about what artificial sweeteners do. They actually dull your taste buds. Why is that significant? Because your taste buds, meaning that you eat more high flavor, high calorie foods to satisfy your cravings, because it takes away the craving aspect of it. And aspartame will actually cause you to eat more food, even though there's no calories in aspartame. It's an illusion. So people who use diet sodas will gain more weight than people who are on sweeteners like sugar. But we're not through there. We now go to phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid is used in certain drinks, and including Coca-Cola, and it adds tartness. It adds tartness to the beverage. And wait a minute, isn't phosphoric acid? That's an acid. It contains phosphorus. Now the body needs phosphorus, no question about it. Phosphorus is in our bones, but there's a fine balance between calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and other trace minerals. This is important because drinking 2 or more sodas a day, diet or regular, is associated with a twofold increase in developing kidney disease when you use more phosphorus and phosphoric acid. So therefore, we don't know what's really happening to our bodies, but we know it can't be really good. And if you have, it also promotes kidney stones. So when left untreated, it can lead to chronic kidney disease. And then there's natural flavors in Coca-Cola. Coke is, it's the #1 drink. Diet Coke is out there selling unbelievable amounts. Hundreds of chemicals can be used to actually mimic the taste of natural flavors. And they can be natural, but it doesn't really mean that it's a health food type natural. So the bottom line, we're not claiming that Diet Coke is the devil. No, we're not saying that. But it's got some ingredients in it that don't look good. And this study, stroke, dementia, and Alzheimer's, oh my God, this is devastating because we as Americans, we as people in this world consume lots and lots and lots of quantity as far as diet sodas. Is it something that we need to really take a look at? I think so. I, for one, as a compounding pharmacist, am taking myself off of all diet sodas. I don't like the word stroke. I don't like the word dementia. I certainly don't like the word Alzheimer's. I think everybody should be informed. This is something that we need to really, really, really research and go deep, deep, deep into finding out the true story of how diet soda can trick the body and possibly produce all these diseases. Wow. My name is Tom Jones, Pharmacist. This has been a very special event tonight. Tom Jones, Pharmacist, live. And I thank you so much for being here. I thank you for listening to me. I'm concerned. I hope you are too. Good night. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we love you all. God bless.
How many people? I just said one person. That was one person.